caught a glimpse of blue in the sky, and within seconds, this cacophony of blades chopping through the air drew near, filled the 7th floor waiting room at Sanford. The helicopter took shape. It leaned back, it slowed to a stop, hovered, and landed amidst whirling snow. Yet one more person who had other plans for that day, places to go, people to see, tasks to tend to, discovered there was no room in life for the expected, the planned. Instead, he or she had been whisked off to this lonely rooftop, this out-of-the-way, windswept time and space. And I was unable to see who was offloaded from the helicopter. Just someone, man or woman, wrapped in cloths, wires, and tubes coming out from the fabric. Now, at the north end of Sanford on Broadway, there is this stately Christmas tree wrapped in blue. That particular day, there was a woman at the grand piano playing Christmas songs. Outside, even the statues had stocking caps and scarves on them to bundle them from the cold. The gift shop was filled with beautiful things, lit perfectly, displayed perfectly, alongside a little gourmet coffee shop with snacks. And in contrast, the rooftop helipad seemed like a cold and lonely and forsaken place. Watching the medics do their well-rehearsed dance of life and hope on the helipad without railings to mark the edge, I could not help but think of Mary and Joseph entering Bethlehem. It wasn't the way they had planned it, but it was on the edge. There was no room in the inns, labor pains urgently pushing them into an emergency situation. Imagine the beauty of stepping into childhood. Through the front door, delicate, lovely music playing, greeters all around to welcome you and point you in the right direction. A gorgeous tree, an information kiosk, some gourmet coffee for Joseph to carry along the way. Praise God, someone did think of the barn just outside of town, the place where life and death would hang in the balance until that last push and that first cry. Praise God, there would be warm straw and swaddling cloths and a biological furnace, a bit of heat radiated by the animals that night. Thank God there were shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night, those who might be described as the underpaid, on-the-edge medics who were on call for unexpected emergencies in the lonely spaces. Behold the protectors of the sheep, of the newborn lambs, of the foolish ones that wandered off. On this very night they would watch over the baby and the parents with care-filled eyes. The shepherds would be the emergency medics and the chaplains. They would help man and woman and newborn cope with the unexpected in this lonely space. You could call them Good Samaritans tending to those in need along the roadside. You could name them the fulfillment of Micah 6:8. You know, O mortal, what is right, to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. Call them what you will, but do ponder the shepherds tonight. And know there are still modern-day shepherds, those who grab their bags and fly at outrageous speeds through the night and through the day to find the lost sheep, to find those whose lives have suddenly been overturned by car wrecks and heart attacks and worksite accidents and suicide attempts and every bit of emergency. They are the ones that leave the comfort and the companionship of the 99, and they go out after the one who is in need. Ponder the shepherds, and ponder this. The first ones at the manger to care for Mom and Joseph and Jesus are those shepherds. And Jesus learns his birth story well, very well. And he says to his followers when he grows, I am the good shepherd. Beware of the false shepherds. The shepherd takes care of his sheep. The good shepherd leaves the 99 and goes in search of the one who is lost, and rejoices when the lost one is found. Who is the one who proves neighbor? The one who acts as a shepherd would. The Samaritan who stops to tend the wounds of the beaten along the roadside, like a shepherd would. And so it is Jesus becomes, if you will, the emergency medic, healing lepers at the edge of the cities, healing the man who is literally lifted onto the roof and lowered into the house, tending the wounded and all along the edges and the margins of life. Ponder the shepherd who learned from day one, from his first breath, what it was like to exist on the fringes. The one who could honestly answer, yes, I was born in barn. The one who came in through the back door. Christmas is the season of grandeur and parties and beauty and the smell of wonderful cookies and foods. But life has its moments when our plans and our comforts our security just slips through our fingers. Life has its moments when there's nothing to grasp onto. Life has its near-death experiences, and Jesus knows about that struggle to the core of his being from the first night of his birth. And he proclaims, I am the good shepherd. When you've lost your strength, do not be afraid. I will come and I will take hold of you. However far off the beaten path you feel, however much your life has been overturned, however dark and lonely and cold that place is where you find yourself, I will search you, or where you lose yourself, I will search you out, and I will find you. And I will wrap you in the swaddling claws called healing and acceptance and mercy. And I will tend your wounds and protect you in the vulnerable times. And I will wash you clean, and I will make you new, glistening like the freshly fallen snow, and the starlight in the dark night sky. Says Jesus, I've heard the song of the angels, and they have called me like a shepherd to come and whisper love into your life. And if you follow me, if you let me be your shepherd, I will take you with me to shepherd others who are in need. You can be part of this life-giving thing I am doing. So let us ponder the shepherds and let their truth speak into our lives. Let us ponder the shepherds and turn in our hymnals to page 137 or on screen and read together.